Of the trillions of species in the universe, there's none more baffling to modern science than the one called Black God. Otherwise known as Cometicus Naterum, this beautiful creature's strength, power, and omniscience has been copied and poorly duplicated by many in the mortal world. It's very rare that we catch a glimpse of this enigma on this terrain. Let's follow this one with our cameras and see what happens.
They said I was a walking contradiction. Black and intelligent, the cerebellum heavy like a Gatling. Fiction, I got a whole crew that'll murder you, mathematically subtract your existence. High priest in white robes, moonlight and street clothes, dropping more signs like the last benediction. Shift on them devils with 7 conducting metals. We on the 11th level, try to catch us, wishing. This is that 5th dimension high power thesis. Black God had me on your piece like I'm Jesus. Resurrect the game in 48 bar releases. Don't watch me take the throne beside Messiah in the kingdom. Cause I greet with peace, don't mean the battle gon' be easy. I got goons divining runes and moons under the geezer. Carving out the glyphs of my legend on my stealer. Sorry, take the mic and turn the echo in the ether. Stand ready for the era of the Black God. We kill him softly on the mic or when the track hard. Hit the stage and create sages out of trap stars. I'm free agent, drop the label, watch me blast off. I'm free agent, drop the label, watch me blast off. Just call me the one, but I'm not the one to mess with. Genetic engineered, you took one egg to make your flesh with. Held the master beast and sent my name with double X's. Formed your whole world and on the 7th day I rested. Domestic goddess, honey, I can bring the house down. I'm not turning you, kill the master and bring the south down. Blaze the underground until I catch up with the North Star. Then I'm freestyling, center stage, I turn the lights down. Will not be your perception of a female with a mic, cause I do not choose to stimulate erections when I write. I am Nina with a loaded Smith & Wesson when I write. Saying Mississippi, goddamn, I'm exceptional on a mic. Open wormholes with wordplay, build shrines with sound mastery. I'm shaman, watch me Sundance, lost shit's paid with Cassidy. No chemical enhancement, I just rock this shit naturally. It's all black, everything as Ninth and Queen Rhapsody. Stand ready for the era of the Black God. We kill him softly on the mic or when the track hard. Hit the stage and create sages out of trap stars. I'm free agent, drop the label, watch me blast off. I'm free agent, drop the label, watch me blast off. My star seeds bring raw heat to your doorstep. Then circles ring your verses, have you dizzy with that 4-step. You forced it, my crew flow like first blood, Moonwalter. My voice got you trapped inside my force field, new orbit. I'm meteoric rising, but you don't see my light in the media. Cause the TV be lying, my CD too morbid. It kill crack, dealing rap with heartbeats in the mall. I'm superhero, rock the S with MBs and record. Taking off in 4, 3, 2, 1. So tally up the scoreboard so they can see who won. Started last, now I save lines with bass and 2 speakers. But I'm crab rappers laggy, moon dust off my sneakers. Need I repeat this? My speech left y'all speechless. Think I research my words like white coats and glass speakers. My mind pondered it and it your rhymes like Minesweeper. When it blow, watch the sky, that's where my best lines are featured. Stand ready for the era of the Black God. We kill him softly on the mic or when the track hard. Hit the stage and create sages out of trap stars. I'm free agent, drop the label, watch me blast off. I'm free agent, drop the label, watch me blast off.
the conversations with the elders. I'm taking heed and drawing wisdom, trying to make me better. Been on my P's and my Q's, I'm sticking to the letters. I dot my I's and my T's to increase the measures. Elder asked me about my hidden pleasures. I'm trying to make $1 billion to get my people settled. Win a Peace Prize, a Purple Heart, some type of gold medal. I just don't wanna die joke like I'm Heath Ledger. He said you wanna fly high, you gotta fix your feathers. You can't just wing it through this life, you gotta raise your leverage and turn your L's into lessons, nigga, count your blessings. Cause these streets praying on you like an intercession. I'm such an underground king, I'm a hidden treasure. I had to get up off that couch just to reach Everest. And preparation is the key, I'm ready for whatever. You can plan a pretty picnic, but can't predict the weathers. Yeah, ain't been to church in a while, see I ain't seen it reach you. Why you gotta go in the building just for them to reach you? Got these melodies of heaven flowing through my speakers, and ain't no weapon formed against me about to prosper either. I'm a prosper either. Wait, that's what the elders say. See, I've been sipping elderberry, listening to Sade. Cause life a smooth operation, just dissect the pain. Yeah, dissect the pain, yeah. See, I'm a golden child. Should have a horse and a chariot when I roll around. And we fly higher when they try to hold us down. Back then they ain't know us, but they know us now. Yeah. See, I'm a golden child. Should have a horse and a chariot when I roll around. And we fly higher when they try to hold us down. Back then they ain't know us, but they know us now. Yeah. Go to meditation with the elders. I'm sitting still, God's will, that's gon' make me better. Yeah, I'm a king and they keep asking me about my Coretta. I just been focused on myself, trying to multiply the wealth. Yeah, I'm reading more books, I need to buy a new shelf, I'm out of space. Yeah, I planned it out. Told all my niggas one day we all gon' make it out. Yeah, life get bumpy, yeah, the world keep breaking out, so be proactive. No lacking. When your will ain't aligned, you got no traction. I had to get up, take mine, yeah, no accent. In the booth, I beat the mic, yeah, Joe Jackson. Yeah, I'm still dancing. Had to stand 10 toes, get up off them floors. In the presence of my foes, they can see I rose from the concrete. One day I pray my statues all concrete. Devil get behind me, yeah. See, I'm a golden child. Should have a horse and a chariot when I roll around. And we fly higher when they try to hold us down. Back then they ain't know us, but they know us now. Yeah. See, I'm a golden child. Should have a horse and a chariot when I roll around. And we fly higher when they try to hold us down. Back then they ain't know us, but they know us now. Yeah.
Inside of them that talk to them, you know. That is the voice that these people must listen to, because in everything you're going to do, there's a wrong way and a right way, and if you listen good, you will know the right way. True. You know, because there is a voice inside talking to everyone. See it? True. See it, see it, see it.
You know I got like to say it on this one. Whoa. Tony. Yeah. I had to light up the sage to set up the vibe. You know that I'm with that. I had to start from the flow and learn how to grow. I couldn't forget that. I told my niggas whenever I get it, I'm breaking them off like a Kit Kat. I had to get in my zone when I am alone. I'm running this shit back. I know that this life not a race, but I keep my pace. I feel like I'm on track. And I hate when they be in my face. The way they vibrate, I cannot condone that. And they care about money way more than the people. My nigga, I never was on that. Cause I care about people way more than the money. My nigga, I never would go back. Tony, woke up, had to get right. Every single day, man, I'm trying to live life. It's been hard to really take advice. How you gonna tell me what's wrong or right? Like that stage when I feel your vibe. I've been trying to kill that vibe. I don't wanna feel that vibe. Better talk to me nice. Lately I'm feeling too good, this smile on my face, I feel like it's permanent. And I hope you finding the peace, the way that I'm living, it feel like I'm earning it. And I just been taking my time and going inside my soul, I've been learning it. And you cannot come around now and fuck up my vibe, the sage I'll be burning. I had to light up the sage to set up the vibe, you know that I'm with that. I had to start from the flow and learn how to grow. I couldn't forget that. I told my niggas whenever I get it, I'm breaking them off like a Kit Kat. I had to get in my zone when I am alone. I'm running this shit back. I know that this life not a race, but I keep my pace. I feel like I'm on track. And I hate when they be in my face, the way they vibrate. I cannot condone that. And they care about money way more than the people. My nigga, I never was on that. Cause I care about people way more than the money. My nigga, I never would go back. Tony.
I'm too rich to be broke. Till my bank account, it better catch up to my soul. Manifested through the pain, take back what I own. Every time I'm on the track, my tongue gon' speak gold. Nigga, royalty, I just landed on earth, yeah. Chose a body, skin color like the dirt, yeah. And if I put my hand on it, it'll work, yeah. Everything I touch is gold, nigga, royalty, yeah. I'm abundant in my soul, royal from my head to my pinky toes. Every time I check the bank, it overflows. I withdraw and it just send me back more, nigga, royalty. See, if I touch it, it's gon' prosper, there's no other option. Got so much power from the source, I'm about to blow the socket. They say I'm so different, I'm from another dimension. So much God in my genes, you think I'm rocking true religion. Not to mention holiness inside my breath, the spirit speaks when I be spitting. Abundance can't live without me, man, I think we codependent, is written. God in the body of a beast, why you think I got dominion everywhere I lay my feet? With a pedicure too, cause I breathe excellence. Walking around smelling godly, so that means I'm heaven sent, yeah. Royalty is all they see when I come around. I'm just a queen who chose to wear her crown. I'm too rich to be broke, till my bank account, it better catch up to my soul. Manifested through the pain, take back what I own. Every time I'm on the track, my tongue gon' speak gold, nigga, royalty. I just landed on earth, yeah. Chose a body, skin color like the dirt, yeah. And if I put my hand on it, it'll work, yeah. Everything I touch is gold, nigga, royalty, yeah. I'm abundant in my soul, royal from my head to my pinky toes. Every time I check the bank, it overflows. I withdraw and it just send me back more, nigga, royalty, yeah.
She's your queen to be, a queen to be forever, a queen who'll do whatever His Highness desires.
Yeah, big fat nigga, off rip, big fat, got pulled like a crossbow, green like a snot nose, don't fool with large toes, keep the Glock close, cause the nigga try to meet me at the crossroads. Sheesh, made it out the mud to the top floor. Upscale hood, baby, shop at Costco. Small, but I'm hard like a crossstone. Back against the wall, let it ring like a wall phone. I let it purr in the cat fight. Light skin, but a nigga ain't half white. Every beat I'm on is a crash site. 7 years old when my dad died, no cap. My experience was serious. Get reary around the myriad of niggas that's amphibious. I had to learn to keep my suckers small, nigga, period. Savages, law averages, hard to grapple with. Ravenous, ghetto fabulous, well established. Catalyst with baby daddies, is who be the maddest when you ain't doing bad as well. Hey, look, big fat slim chance that I rock with ya. Ice cold with the stick like a popsicle. 5 kids, I'm fertile. If you ever touch a both shells in your back, Ninja Turtle. Cowabunga, don't ever succumb to a lame nigga selling you dreams. Mirror, mirror on the wall, I'm the fierce of them all. But them a nigga out here realer than them. Yeah, yeah. Mirror, mirror on the wall, I'm the fierce of them all. But them a nigga out here realer than the queen. Hell yeah. Use a hoe. Yeah. Use a hoe. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Ba-dum, ba-dum.
Queen.
Shit. Look, man, I hit rock bottom and took the stones and built an empire. They asked me how you come about the smoke not smelling like fire. They say that life can be a bitch, so I made her my wife. I fell in love with this adversity and learned how to fight. Look, you don't know what wholeness feels like until you've been empty. You learn you've always been enough by the time you had plenty. Sometimes you gotta lose it all just to find yourself, to realize you had it all when you was by yourself. Cause I was down bad, got up in my bag, now I'm up again. Had to recognize who the fuck I is, had to run it back, ain't no fumbling. I hear you niggas mumbling, but you don't speak my lingo. So focus on my numbers, that they lining up like bingo. I done been through some shit that I probably never speak about. I done seen some lows that the pastor only preach about. I done did some things that some niggas only think about. Wrote this on my heart so nobody else can end you. Stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay, they ask me what I'm on, I just say my throne. Remember who I was, baby, welcome home. I've been in my zone, ask me how I feel, great. Hungry for everything that's on my plate. When you stay ready, you ain't gotta wait. If you all you got, then you know what it takes. Why y'all niggas love to play? I get too much fucking grace. Had to choose what I won't take. If you drop me, I won't break. Baby, I'm built from the magic, I'm godly. Fuck around, finding out, I get it poppin', I get it choppin'. Yeah. Cause I done been through some shit that I probably never speak about. I done seen them lows that the pastor only preach about. I done did some things that some niggas only think about. Wrote this on my heart so nobody else could end it. Stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready.
Running through the finish line, self-made, bossed up, baby, I'm divine and it's by design. I ain't even gotta flex, they know I'm a guy, feeling in my vibe. They salute me when I'm in the streets, in the waters, yeah, we dive deep. Riding the wave, I done found purpose, balancing the current, tell me, can you see? In this industry that's full of sharks, coming for your heart every time you bleed. Only the real gon' remain solid, and staying tall, ain't no compromising. On this road, gotta move righteous, me and God always in alignment, yeah. Me and God always in alignment. Me and God always in alignment. Doing this for the free souls, the ones that's following their own road, the ones that always keep it real, even if that mean you gotta ride solo. The ones that do the inner work, healing through their trauma, look at how they soul glow. Looking right through the veil, third eye vision, I don't need a GoPro. My ancestors rocking with me. Keep the channel open, they the ones that told me I had to get out of Philly. When you spread your wings, doing better things, niggas find a problem with it. Crabs in a barrel, blocking all their blessings, baby, and I'm drowning in them, let's go. Running through the finish line, self-made, bossed up, baby, I'm divine, and it's by design. I ain't even gotta flex, they know I'm a guy, feeling in my vibe. They salute me when I'm in the streets, in the waters, yeah, we dive deep. Riding the wave, I done found purpose, balancing the current, tell me, can you see? In this industry that's full of sharks, coming for your heart every time you bleed. Only the real gon' remain solid, and staying tall, ain't no compromising. On this road, gotta move righteous, me and God always in alignment, yeah. Me and God always in alignment. Me and God always in alignment. Me and God always in alignment. Me and God
always in alignment. Yeah. Peace and blessings, Starseeds. Hey, peace and blessings, Starseeds. Hey, peace and blessings. Welcome to Pronoia Starseed Podcast, y'all. It is the goddess Rael, and tonight is a beautiful Pronoia night with the story Alchemist himself, Knowledge Born Allah. I hope you are having a wonderful, beautiful, amazing Sunday. Yes, because I am, as you can tell, losing my voice a little bit. I was screaming for Mr. Westbrook yesterday. Westbrook! Now I ain't got no voice. See, that's how we do, Starseeds. We support each other. Shout out to the Starseeds in the building. Thank you for being here on this late night creep with Mr. Knowledge Born Allah. It is now 10:49 on the clock on the Eastern Standard Time. You could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here. So I thank you for tapping in tonight. And I hope that you have clicked that subscribe button because we continue to grow here on Pronoia Starseed Podcast. And I thank you so much for that. Every single, oh yeah, I'm going to get it started. I got a whole clip lined up for you. You guys want to see? No, I'm just playing. I don't have, don't get me started, Mr. Westbrooks. But yes, hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. Make sure you're subscribed to the podcast so that you know when we are live here on Pronoia, because we live all the time. Even when we're not here, we still live. You can still feel our energy because we Starseeds. That's what we do. So welcome. And I hope you're having a wonderful weekend as I am and the rest of the Starseeds seem to be. I see you in the comments. You all are live. I hope you enjoyed the music earlier and you are relaxed and ready to get into story time. Yes, that's what I feel like when knowledge comes. It's like, I heard, when we were talking about doing the show, the first thing I heard was, "Hey, Uncle Ricky, want to read me a story?" Here we go. So tonight is Knowledge Born Allah. The story Alchemist is in the building, and he's going to be touching on so much. I'm not going to I'm going to let him talk about it, but today is, let's note the date. It is 6/7. That's right. It is June the 7th. Yes, I have children. So it is June the 7th. And that is a very important, it's like Pee Wee Herman. When you hear June 7th, scream, because you're going to hear it a couple of times. And that was the day today. So without further ado, I'm not going to continue to chitter chatter. I'm just happy to be back in the building. Shout out to our beautiful Starseeds who, let me just say this. Y'all, I am very sincere, and I think sometimes, it could come off looking like she can't be that sensitive with that, Oh, there she is. Wait, Lady Saturn, you the one. So this beautiful Starseed sent me a message, and y'all, it be the little things. I was just laying in my bed, and I seen a little message pop on my email, and it said, "I miss you. Like I miss you, seeing you. Like." When are y'all coming back? You know what I'm saying? And I was so excited. I was like, listen, Starseeds, those things matter. When we do the work, we don't do it. I don't do it for the money. Most of our Starseeds, we're not doing it for the money. We're not even doing it for recognition. But when we do it and we know that you feel it and you actually get something out of it, that right there lets me know that I'm in my soul's purpose. So thank you for reaching out and keeping me, feeling good. That was very motivating. I was smiling from ear to ear like a big ass kid. I was like, oh, she noticed we wasn't on for a couple of days. And there she is. And that's what I do like about Pronoia. It's the same Starseeds. And I love to see y'all faces. I love to see you in the comments. Thank you for being here tonight. So thank you for that message. And thank you, Starseeds, for supporting Pronoia Starseed Podcast the way that you do. Listen, I don't care. Other people can have 1 million, billion, trillion followers, but loyalty and consistency, we got that over here on Pronoia for sure. So thank you. All right. So without further ado, let me bring to the stage our story alchemist himself, my homie, big bro, Knowledge Born Allah, y'all. Welcome to the stage. Hey. Oh, let me unmute your mic. Oh, did I just mute it? Okay, my bad. There you go.
Mama say, mama say, mama kusa. Mama say, Mama say, did I say, Mama say, I said, Mama say, Mama say, Mama say, Mama say, Mama say, did I say, Mama say, Mama say, Mama say, Mama say, Mama say, Mama say.
He said, Mama. I think he said, Mama say.
Mama say. Okay. So peace to my mama, because my mama in the building. Peace to your mama, because your mama in the building. Okay. How your mama doing? All right. All right. All right. All right. Peace and blessings, Starseed. I'm celebrating.
Really not.
I'm celebrating for a couple of reasons today. Okay. You know, I had my born day, God day, physical degree day on the 2nd of June. Shout out to them Qs. Okay. Them Qs. All right. But I ain't celebrate because I was in transition. So today was literally the day of celebration. Okay. So Mr. Westbrook, my brother, Pretty Nicky, what they called him. Now I can't call him it no more because it doesn't happen. So now I got to just deal with the metaphysician, mastermind, master man, principal guy brother. You understand what I'm saying? So he was like, yo, son, you got, first 52 days, son. You know what I'm saying? You better do what you got to do. And it's a wrap. I was like, yes, sir. He's like, and you in the personal 9 year, you know what I'm saying? So protect your neck out there. I was like, yes, sir. And then he was like, yo, son, I'm tired of seeing you too. On top of that, I was like, no doubt, son, no doubt. Okay, so we're gonna do that together another time, some other time. Okay, so
Lady Sarah said, "Pretty is what they call them."
What they call them with the ed, because it's past tense. He an English teacher too, so if I use the tense of the verb wrong, he gonna be like, yo, what up with the subject verb agreement, son? Now you gotta come in on the weekend. So I don't want to mess it up. Get it together, okay? So my brother said, yo, called past tense. Okay, so I can't call him any longer because y'all saw him doing what he did on the walkway, catwalk, runway, walking, posing, flying, cheering, backflipping, and nicking out there at night. Not one time, 2 times in one day. All right. So, yes. So I'm here to celebrate. I was celebrating earlier with one of my queen mothers, Miss Blue. Okay. Miss Blue, the Soulful Oracle, was in the building. So I'm like, what? In what universe? Story alchemy do I get 2 of my favorite queen mothers to celebrate with me on the same day, on a day that ain't my day, but my day somehow was connected to that day because the numbers don't lie. Nope. So me and Prince got some numerology that I learned, okay, and me and Michael Jackson. So I came in here on my mama say Mama Sama Makusa because the internet is not telling me that they got some remixes saying that man wasn't saying what he said when he said what he said. He said mama say. Okay, so I'm here because that's what my mama said. And I love y'all Starseeds, right? And I love our queen mother Starseed ma'am. Okay, let me deal with that right quick. Mother Starseed ma'am. Okay, the Starseed mother of us. Okay, so I'm here where the universe is always conspiring in your favor. Okay, because if it ain't conspiring in your favor over here, then you in the wrong place.
Hey, that part.
That's all I'm gonna say. So here in the honor of Prince and in the honor of Allen Iverson, 2 of these brothers did something phenomenal with their numerology, with their astrology, and with their life. And what they continue to teach from the ancestral realm is still remarkable, still something that you can find. And so again, the universe conspiring in your favor for your greatest and highest goods. So we're going to frame that today with the story of self, right? So I asked a couple of questions in the chat.
Yes.
Shout out to the family who was.
There's a lot. It's a lot of answers, and people was getting it in.
I seen them all. So it'll tell me something about them. So Definitely excited to get into it because these become things in our story that we hold on to, and
Nothing
then
like the Power
we
Rangers.
fall away. We fall away over time, depending on what it is, right? So,
Absolutely.
uh, you're welcome to stay if you don't, unless you don't want to stay. Because if you don't want to stay, you ain't got to stay. But you're welcome to stay.
Okay. I'll stay. I'll click in and out. I'll stay though. I
Okay.
mean,
Yes, ma'am.
mhm.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Pretty Nikki, what they called him. Okay, so Lady Saturn, Lady Saturn did
Sorry, y'all
she did something great, right? She said, "Oh, I missed y'all," and I seen that at the same time. You said you synced it. I synced it. We had synced it together on this broadcast together, and I was like, "Man, yeah, I I love that. I love what that means, right? So that means that there's some sort of impact or imprint that's connected in a need that you desire to be filled or fed that you get here, that you can only get here. I love that. So she said Toy Story, right? Toy Story was a show that was lockstep with her that she could watch all of the time. She said she snuck in the room to see if her toys was actually moving around.
I ain't mad at you.
Let me tell you how beautiful that is. A show that I watch all the time. If I'm lying, my woo would be like that boy lying. Okay, a television show that I watch all the time. Not a movie, because my movie, Goddess Rael, is The Last Dragon, right? The Last Dragon and The Wiz, okay? But a show every year, no matter without fail, Twilight Zone, right? So I always got a Twilight Zone episode reference to something that happened in real life. So there's a Twilight Zone episode where there's a couple actually. There's one around Christmas time, and they got these people in this thing. They don't know that they're in a garbage can, right? So they're in the garbage can, and they're trying to find their way out. So they're personages, but they're personified as little people. So they work together to try to get out. It's this clown. It's whatever. Blah 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 blah. And one looks like he gets out, but then he falls back down. So they're trying to figure out where they are and why they're stuck in here and all this other thing, and they keep hearing this noise real loud. Goddess Rael, by the end of the daggone show, you all entrenched, you all thinking about the characters, you all in that zone. They toys that you collect off of the side of the road for the orphanage, and the ladies ringing the bell. So that's one, right? One place where they possibly could have got the story, Toy Story thing from. And then there's another one where there's some people and they got a town and they're riding around in this town and they get to this place and they can't get into any other houses or whatever the case may be. And then they hear this loud noise and they frightened and all of this stuff. How about by the end of the episode, it's a little girl, and that's her dollhouse, toy house thing that her family got for her. You understand what I'm saying? So something with toys, something with dolls. Throughout the years, Twilight Zone had did a thing where they did, stuff like the Chucky doll came from this story with this little girl talking Tina. You know what I'm saying? And that was her way to be dealing with like a new family arrangement. Like her stepfather bought her that toy at the behest of her mother, and he was like, he's sick of this doll, and this doll only talked to him and said crazy stuff to him, and he flipped out with this doll, right? And this doll winding up taking him out on the off of the planet. Okay, so there's something with the toys and the stories and the people, right? So all of these stories have a resonance one way or the other, and it shows how the inner child story, if it's not properly cultivated, if he or she is not properly cultivated, how there becomes a space where it's resentful towards you, right? It's resentful towards you, and you no longer think of these stories anymore. It's like one of those rare occasions on the Twilight Zone where they had black characters, right? Where the little boy, it was called the Big Wish or something like that, Big Tall Wish. Young black boy looks up to this boxer who's an older man who's past his prime, way past his prime. But this young boy believes in him, right? Boley Jackson was the boxer's name. The little boy, he was like, you know, we gotta believe, Boley. Like he's talking to him like a man child, right? Like he would talk to the young boy, right? So he's inspired, and the mother's like, that boy and them wishes. I tell you, you know, you thinking she's about to say something negative. She's like, come to think about it, that boy, I needed X amount of dollars for the rent. And, you know, I didn't know what I was going to do about it. He said, that boy went in there and he said he called in the Big Tall Wish. You know, she smiled. You understand what I'm saying? But she remembered that. And then she remembered that somebody came by and gave her some money, and it was the exact money that she needed. Understand? So brother go out there to go get this fight, and they promised him some money. You know how they do us. They ain't want to pay him the money, so he took a swing at the guy. The guy moved, and so he busted his hand. Wrapped him up. He was like, yo, I still got to fight this fight. I got bills to pay, whatever the case may be. So he go out there to fight the fight, and he get whooped, right? He get whooped. And the little brother, he gave the Big Tall Wish, and his wish changed the trajectory of the fight. So he think he laid out because he know he got knocked out, right? And he come back to the neighborhood, and he's the hero of the neighborhood. I knew you could do it, Boley. The little brother talking to him. He's like, hey, man, I don't know if I did that. I don't know what you're talking about. You understand? Last thing I remember, I was down, but you ain't down, Boley. And so he goes back and forth with the young brother, and he sort of tries to, you know, give him a dose of reality, right? So that dose of reality, the young brother starts to believe that over his own magic. He know what he saw. His mama know what he saw. And it was still a magical relationship with them, but he started to see doubt. And once he started to see doubt, he became like Boley was, right? And he was like, you don't believe? And he's like, I don't believe. So the fight went like it was supposed to now, quote unquote. So it flips back. He got whooped. He got lost. He come back in the neighborhood. They're not clowning him or talking crazy to him because they know him, you know. And he goes to tell the little boy, he's like, I need to talk to him. He's like, maybe he's sleeping. So he walks in there anyway. He talks to him, and he gets up and sits to him, and he tells him, Boley, I don't know about wishing anymore. You know, I'm getting older now, so I don't. But he winds up telling them what happened, right? So he still tells them what happened, and they still share the story. So he restores hope with him, with hope and reality. So he wasn't pie in the sky anymore, but he wasn't completely lost. So them learning this lesson from one another becomes something enough for both of them to be able to believe in one another. You know what I mean? So, you know, that was a story that comes to me, and I'm giving references to these stories because these are some of the narratives that we go off of, especially when we're quote unquote young and impressionable, right? Prince had a story before he came to the planet. Allen Iverson had a story before he came to the planet that was undeniable. And you know, based off of their numerics that I got a little bit of an inkling from Queen B, Melinda, she helped me out with some notes. Okay, you understand what I'm saying, from a numeric situation, and I want to touch on them, but I want to give way for you for some responses because I know you got something fly to say. You understand what I'm saying?
Hold on. Why you just now? I started uploading the file. Hold on.
Oh, okay. All right. So what I'll do is I'll go to the email real quick and keep on moving, right? I'll tell a story while I'm clicking on the thing. For many of the years I studied the science and the religion of Islam. And last time I was on with Mr. Westbrook, we were talking about Malcolm X and Dr. Betty Shabazz. Peace and blessings be upon them both. So there was a man in Arabia by the name of Muhammad. He was a regular man till he was about 40. And once he hit 40, he was reported to have been in the cave meditating. That's where you go duck off in the corner to go meditate. You know what I'm saying? In his man cave, right? And he saw something that wasn't something that he could recollect. He saw it and he thought he was tripping first. And then he thought he had seen a demon. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, this entity that appeared before him told him to read. Had this book in his hand and said, read. He said, in the Arabic, as it's pronounced, Iqra bismi rabbika ala, read in the name of your Lord. So he's like, what's this thing telling me to read for? You know, I can't read. So he hug him, he tell him again. And he tell him 3 times, right? Iqra bismi rabbika ala. And then he bounced and he run up out of that cave and he run home to his wife. And his wife's name was Khadija. He said, baby, let me tell you something. I ain't going in that cave no more. Okay? I should have stayed in the house like you said. But see, I had to take my behind up there, you know. And I seen something in this cave. Cave? What you seen in the cave? Something telling me to read. Oh, that's it. You look like you seen the ghost. You thought you had to be there, baby. That ghost was up. She said, come on, take you to my cousin's house. They left their house, right? And then went to the cousin's house. And the cousin's house, I said, tell him what you said. I seen something you was telling me to read. Cousin started laughing at him and said, hey, you a prophet. He said, what's that? He said, what's that, right? And this is how the tradition in this region is reportedly got started, based off of somebody thought he saw something in the cave, went home, told his wife brought him to the cousin, and then he's like, yo, you gotta go tell them people you a prophet. So their house was Lord of the Trap. And the thing that was most important about it was he was trustworthy. So his wife believed him because he was trustworthy, and so did the cousin. So now he got to go in front of the people for the test. He like, hey, yo, they're like, what up? He's like, and you know I'm modernizing it, right?
Right.
These are oral traditions. I'm putting them in the remix on them. He's like, yo, y'all trust me? They're like, come on, son. Yeah, we trust you. You know what I'm saying? Because his word was something that helped the people who came in for the turn-up parties that they had every day prosperous. So the people made money because they trusted them, and the people got there and back safe based off of the routes that he would scout out for them. So they like, yeah, son, we trust you, son. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have made no money. We wouldn't have made it safe to our destination out here. He's like, all right, so if I told you, you know, some enemy people was coming, which y'all believe me, he's like, yeah, whatever. All right, you know what I'm saying? So for that, in the eyes, he was what they call As-Sadiq, right? Testifier to the truth. So, you know, he go tell him like, yo, we got to repent from our ways and we got to turn to the worship of one God. They said, what he say? Yo, get your man, son. You understand what I'm saying? They like, get your man, get him up out of here, man. We give him a little, you know, a day or so to get it. You got to get up out of here with that, man. How you talking about shutting down the trap house? Everybody making money out here. No. We believe you and we trusted you until you said that. So now you got to get up out of here. Understand? So the first thing he learned is that as soon as he began to change his mind about the story that he was told, something happened. People turned on him. So think about a story for you, for the people who are listening. Think about a decision that you made, and then all of a sudden, the people you thought was rolling with you, they ain't rolling with you no more. Now they looking at you funny. They came to you for advice. They came to you for spiritual guidance. They came to you for whatever it was you was trusted until You said something they ain't like. All of a sudden, now you gotta get up out of here. You understand? They like, yo, I ain't messing with Cop Israel no more. You know what I'm saying? You know, she over there. I don't know what she talking about now. Okay. I used to go over there. You know, I can't front. I used to know how they be talking, right? I used to go over there. She used to be cool or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, she started talking to the Starseed and all that. And, you know, I don't know. I ain't got no seeds or no stars. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do over there. You know what I'm saying? But I thought that was your homegirl. You know what I'm saying? You know, I used to be my homegirl. You know what I'm saying? When she was whoever, I don't know who she is now, son. I don't even know how to spell Starseed and Pronoia. What's Pronoia? Pronoia. I don't know. But the ones who was faithful, they stayed faithful, indiscriminate, because they learned the ways, right? So people leave, and then people come who are supposed to be here to hear, and they give of themselves. They show up for each other. They support. We have a community based off of what the common goal is, and the common goal is the listener. Everybody who comes here. So we share stories, we share our journeys, we share our gifts, our talents, our skills. We collaborate, we do whatever it is that's necessary for us to be able to do what we need to do. So when Prince was a child, he was so steadfast on what he was doing, he just thought everybody else was on their own thing. So when he looked at people, one of the things that they were saying about him is that he could tell what people had inside of them before they knew it. I'll say that, right? So everybody he met, one way or the other, Jimmy Jam talks about him. He's like, we went to school together, and he, you know, I was in the choir, he was in the choir, the band, he was in the band, he came in the band. And they said whoever he was, he already was that when they met him. Whatever he was as a child, they already knew that was him. But then for them, he didn't know or learn what he had in store for him until later. So he's there, he's playing all the instruments, he's singing, he's dancing, he's doing all of these things. He's not showing off. It's just a regular thing for him. But when he saw people, he could arrange bands, he could arrange instruments based off of all of these sounds that he was hearing in his head. And every time he met somebody else, he gave them something. Right? So Jimmy Jam was talking about the song 777-9311, right? And he talked about it. He said they were doing the song, and every time he would stop and he would say something to Jimmy, like, Jimmy, why aren't you doing this? Why are 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 you doing that? And it was like, he just thought he was picking on him. He said, by the end of the practice, Jimmy was doing all of those things. And then you come to the next practice, he's like 777. So now the song is on, and he's telling them that it's got to be bigger than the record. Right? So if you looked at a mantra for Prince, he's telling you that it's got to be bigger than the record, because he understood something in the industry. The record might get a sale, but when the people come and see you and you sound like the record, what do they need to come see you again for? It has to be bigger than the record. And if you knew anything about the industry at the time, there were set musicians that played most of the albums. So it's not even them. So when you go see them in concert, you finally get to see them in the band perform. So they're here to see you perform. So people are investing to see you perform. So when it's time for you to tell your story, people are looking to see you perform. They're there for you. I said this earlier, the world is in need of your story, right? So the world is in need of your story. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So he's telling them you got to be bigger than the record. So your dream, your goal has to be bigger than something that you could actualize in your mind simply. But you have to take that big vision, that goal, that aim, that objective, and that story and articulate it in a way that a 5-year-old can understand. I know a 5-year-old who had a full-time job from 5 to 50. Y'all know him? Named Michael Jackson. So if he couldn't understand the concept or his part and role or aim or objective in the vision, what did he have? It would be fractionalized. And now, what would his level of belief be? Something small. He was never small, right? So you see, Prince in stature, he wasn't tall, but he had a large vision, right? So parallel to his brother, right? His born day brother, brother Allen Iverson, growing up in Hampton, Virginia, small in stature, big in heart. So surviving Virginia and then finding Georgetown with all of the twists and the turns of him coming up and him finding Georgetown and finding the greatest, one of the greatest Black coaches to ever exist and play ball for him. There was nothing in the National Basketball Association that could ever deter him from what he had already experienced coming up. So he was prepared. He survived. He lost friends. He lost people that was close to him. All kinds of things happened, but he still persevered. And then he get into this place to where he thinking, okay, all of my dreams about to come true. And they like, who this dude up in here? Who's this? What he doing? We don't like his clothes. We don't like how he dribbled the basketball. We don't like his shoes. What he doing with this jewelry on? So all of the basketball players that were there before him, they was talking noise about him. But everybody that came there after him was changed by him. So he changed the circumstances in the air and the things around him because that's what he was here to do. Just like Prince. So when I was talking to Queen B about their numerics, she was sharing the things in the story. You know, I'm looking for the 3. She's like, 3, okay, but they got the 7 and the 2. Like you, this is why you were interested in them. I'm like, oh, okay. I just thought this just been happenstance by the day. She was like, no, there's a thing about the stories, right? The starseeds as a collective that span across the time span of existence were not somebody that people look to automatically. They were not the heir apparent. They are the apparent, though. Apparently, right? So when they are revealed, back to Mr. Westbrook was talking about the Power Rangers, right? He was talking about the Power Rangers. And there were Power Rangers across the span of time. There wasn't one group. You know, they made it seem like it was, you know, the Matrix and there was one Neo. And he was like, oh, you like the 6th version. You understand? So when they start talking about these particular personages, they're talking about the Rangers that exist. And, you know, they're quote unquote fighting evil. You know, this evil woman. I had a problem with that, you know, but it's not by happenstance, right? So you're fighting Mother Nature, and all of her things are coming out of the ground, and you got some technology going on. But the thing was, they had swore an allegiance to use these powers supposed to be to protect the people, right? So that was a noble calling, quote unquote. So when you look at them over time, they all had animal personages, right? So if you looked at the zodiacs, if you looked at this, that, whatever the case may be, you start to see them, and then they would come together and form like the Voltron show that we know to be able to do what was necessary to protect the city, right? So everybody had a story. Everybody was from a different place, but they had this one shared collective sort of story that was bigger than them. You know, I still remember Captain Planet. It was the same thing, right? From that perspective, to where you had these different personages and energies coming together, and these different people from these different places, and they represented the people, right? So when you look at your story, you're seeing that in the same way. You're just looking at it internally. You looked at your lived experiences. Because when I started to talk, ask the question about something that changed your perspective, there, Queen Mother Rue was like, I thought heaven was something I had to strive for externally. And then later on, finding out having the hell states of mind, states of condition. So looking within, look at, you can't make this out, right? Looking within is something that she gained a greater understanding of what it was, right? And then Nick spoke about the book of Genesis, and then it beginning as a story that was an external sort of journey, and then hearing these personages later on changed his perspective, different ways to look at this particular story, right? So everybody had a situation or something that changed them. King Adonis was like, I could listen to my grandmother talk all day. Look at the pearls of ancient wisdom from that realm of mitochondria. Everything that ever was, is, and will be is there and contained in the story that's meant for you. And because you were open to receive it, you got the wisdom of the sages and the wisdom of the ages. So now what do? You transmute that and you give out that medicine where it's necessary. And, he's the son to the mother, right? He's the son to the mother. So that's why he got the rose all the time. You see what I'm saying? So he's there in that way to help you with his Cancerian superpowers, okay? Because you got him. He ain't playing no games. Amphibious out here, fearless, doing everything he need to do, and just be somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So, and for him to have the numbers that are associated with him currently is something different. So all these things are based off of these things that you wanted to learn. So there's a story inside a story inside a story that impacts all of us. So if you still need a moment, I'll read a couple of things from there. Oh, you good? All right.
That was great. No, I get it. Very impactful. Yes. Peace out. Peace to all the Starseeds. Thank you for being in the building. And yes, I'm reading the comments, and you said so much that it touched me, because when you talked about the prophet Muhammad and being like told he was a prophet, but it was first the trust of the people around you, right? And then the trust of the people. It's so wild just to listen to you talk about that, because I believe that when we have certain gifts, the number one thing we have to do is build trust. And that means that we have to walk in integrity so that people around us will trust us. And then they will trust your gifts. So people know you first. And I believe that's why God will give us certain gifts, because he knows that we are trustworthy and worthy of these gifts, to hold these gifts. And so when I heard you speaking about that, I love that, because just like we said, we had Lady Saturn, and she had reached out and said, I miss you guys. You know what I'm saying? That's a trust of I trust you with my time, with what you're teaching to me. I trust that you're giving me good information. And so I think it's so important that as leaders that we look at those steps. Do the people around me trust me enough for me to truly be myself? And I heard a lecture earlier this week, and it was in a class I didn't even want to be in, but the lecture was beautiful. And the lady was talking about not having anything to hide. And when you don't have anything to hide, that's when, you really can truly be like, it's like, I'm here. This is it. I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to, what else did she say? It's like, I had nothing to prove, nothing to hide, nothing to gain. Like, it's just being here in your authenticity of it all. And I really think it's beautiful because, again, like you had described, I felt that exact same way as you said, like, who she thinks she is. People start looking at me differently because, of course, I went to church. I was a church girl. I was the girl that went to church. In my house, I would get up. Nobody else would go to church. I'm going to church. I'm walking to church. And I'm there on Wednesday and I'm Thursday and on Saturday. But there was something in me that was bringing me to church because it was like the beginning of my journey. But people think that sometimes when they see you in the beginning of your journey, that's your entire journey. And it's a journey, meaning that you just saw me getting my gear on. You didn't see where I was going. You don't know what hills I had to climb to get here. You don't know what lessons I had to learn to believe what I believe now and what to know what I know now. And so I love that, you talk about us telling our stories. And I think a lot of times I have always been very underestimated. I think I share, but I think that a lot of people, again, they look at you and they have their own perception of whatever they think and who you are, but have no idea what you've been through in order to stand on who you are. But the people around you, they're your foundation. Those are the people who know you the closest. They know what you've been through and be like, dang, she true. Like, she is really standing in her business now. She really means what my family look at me, they know. Don't come at me with none of that other stuff. And it's not even that I respect everybody's religion, but don't ask me a question and then not expect me to answer authentically or expect me to give you any other answer. So most people don't ask me a bunch of stuff they accept you, but they put you over there. They put you over there with the little weirdos, and that's fine with me. But I just love the fact that, we look to our community first to say, are we trustworthy? And I think that we need to ask that question when we start looking at people that we look to for information, for guidance. Are they trustworthy? Do the people around them trust them first? The people that they are truly surrounded by have seen their transformation, and they know if they're faking it or being true to themselves, right? So I like everything you're talking about tonight. I'm sitting back and I'm listening, but I also can relate so much to that Muhammad story. And people just, when you say things that they don't necessarily want to hear, because as a prophet, you being used as a vessel of God. Not everything you say is going to be what the people want to hear, but it's what God is using you, right? And so, yes, you're right, Maulisa. Do they trust themselves? In the beginning of this, it's so synchronistic. And I'm just going to play this real quick. In the beginning of this podcast, I played Spiritual Tony. It says self-mastery. In the beginning of you hear Bob Marley speaking, and I want you to hear and listen to what he is saying. And it's exactly what we're talking about here. You have to listen to your own voice. You got to stay true to yourself, because that voice that you call your own is really divine's voice. That is the higher voice. So I'm going to play it real quick, and then we can get back to the conversation.
Keep on talking to them for a little while until you're cool, man. Whereas the people have a voice inside of them that talk to them, That is a voice that these people must listen to. Because in everything you're going to do, there's a wrong way and a right way. And if you listen good, you will know the right way. True. Because there is a voice inside talking to everyone. See it? True. See it.
There's a voice talking to each and every one of us. And it's really about if we are going to listen, what voice are we going to listen to? and stay true to. And your story, like if I had not, I don't know Muhammad's whole story. I don't know everyone, but as I listen to pieces, I can relate in my own story. So your story is important because there's people out here who feel like they are alone, right? I felt like I was alone because being a starseed, you are different from a lot of the people around you. Seeds are spread out. So it's not a lot of starseeds sitting real close to you at church, okay? A lot of those people are church folks. And then every now and then you might bump into a starseed. But as a starseed, you are different. And that's okay. It's okay. But just know that your story is necessary because there are other starseeds that want to hear it. There are other Allen Iversons and Princes out here. There are. And those examples make them be okay with wearing your high heel shoes and wearing your hair how you wear it and still being a straight man, or being a short man in the NBA and still being able to cross Bammers up and break their ankles like it ain't nothing, because you are, and you stand in your power regardless to the people around you. So the stories are powerful. I love that you picked these two, and I'm going to celebrate them. Yes, happy birthday to both gentlemen.
So you asked me a couple of questions in the description. I didn't know if you was asking me on purpose, but something in my spirit space was like, them questions, answer them. And I was like, yes, ma'am. And she was like, no, make me ask you again. I was like, yes, ma'am. Whoever ma'am was at that moment, I heard her and it was like, yes, ma'am. Right. So 3 questions. How do you cultivate the royal one within your story? Prince gave you a color and a name. He gave you a name and a color. Allen Iverson was the answer. He was the answer. You understand? So you had the question, right? You had the question, he had the answer. He said, I'm the answer. Okay. So he was Allen Iverson, but he was also known as the answer, right? So I'll get into those numerics in 1 second. What happens when you stop searching outside yourself for answers? Look at the second. Look, you didn't know I had this, and I didn't know you had this. So these questions, they're connecting, right? What happens when you stop searching outside yourself for answers outside of yourself? And then the final one, how do you step fully into your purpose, power, and authenticity? That is the reason why we're here. Mm-hmm. This is the reason why everybody has something for you every time you log on to this place. Somebody in Pronoia University has a multitude of answers, a multitude of perspectives to look at whatever is ailing you without knowing is ailing you. So the fact that you're here means that you are divine. And I believe that's the reason why she opened these virtual doors. You understand what I'm saying? And she's doing 85 shows in a week for you. But you won't do for love, okay? You tried everything. All right.
But you won't give up.
You won't give up, all right? Don't you carry nothing that might be a load. Come on and ease on down the road. All right?
That part. Oh.
All right, so let's go to the brief astronumerology points that Queen Bee Melinda blessed me with, okay? Because Mr. Westbrook said he wasn't talking to me no more. He was too busy on the catwalk, running, walking, sliding, front sliding and back sliding and sideways sliding. You understand what I'm saying? Holding it up for Jersey, okay? Pretty Nicky, what they called him while he was doing all that.
What they called him? She crying. Yeah.
So astronumeric descriptor, Gemini, boom. They're both Geminis, both born on the 7th. And now let's look at the frequency 7. Air sign, water number equals.
I'm gonna put you on the screen. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna come back.
Okay, I'm good. All right. Intellectually thinking, receptive, analyzers, Mercury, Moon, and Neptune. Boom. She was breaking down. Communicative, quick-witted, masters of exchange. Gemini, come on. That's what we do, son. You know what I'm saying? Sensitive, imaginative. All right. So we're breaking it down, looking at their descriptors, both with their dates and what that add up to. If I'm wrong, it's my fault. Okay. I was briefed properly. So we look at Prince, both born with air number years. Prince is a 5 universal year. If you know what that means, you know what it means. So now she talks about how that number helps him to make sure his mission is true. Right, here to change the world through multi-talent, multi-dimension, multitude ways of thinking, inventive, adventurous, exploratory means, and that's what he did. Okay, Mama say, Mama Sam, Mama Kusa, that's what he did. Okay, and that's what he's still doing. All right, Allen Iverson, born in the 4 universal year, here to change the world through revolutionary means, change the idea or direction of a culture or society. That's what he did. Okay. Shake some ish up. What he did. He came to shake it up. Right? He shook it up, and then he bounced. After he did what he did, 14 years in the NBA, played on the Sixers, played on Denver Nuggets. He also played on Detroit. So it bugged me out because he wore number 1 on Detroit. So because he wore number 1 on Detroit, I could wear a number 1 jersey and a number 11 jersey, and I could have an Isaiah Thomas jersey and a Allen Iverson jersey. Okay? On the same team. So y'all can't tell me nothing right here. Okay. All right. So yeah, it gets dope. All right. So let's go to Prince real quick. Prince's life path number 9. Route of universal humanitarianism. Artistic soul, creative, spiritual leadership, brotherly love, inspirational, motivational for the collective. Okay. Master of his own ship. All right. But then, don't take orders well. Hey, he in my club. All right. High opinion of himself. Because what he's supposed to be. Okay. He's supposed to be out here slicking, slapping. Okay. I just want y'all to know that it was one song I was listening to that Prince was playing in my head, and it was the reason why he was chosen today. And then the other part of Queen Bee and Mr. Westbrook was building on Wednesday on the podcast, and they were talking about Curtis Mayfield. In the process of talking about Curtis Mayfield, I heard Allen Iverson, and I went and looked up to see if there was some connection. And lo and behold, in my Gemini remembering birthday brain self space, I was like, oh, both of them on the same day. Let's do that. So in the midst of, celebrating and elevating and celebrating, we here. So look at these stories, right? And you'd be like, they was born on the same day. Get out of here. And then you look at the day, and then you look at the month, the day, and the year, too. So, all of those things. And this is something that I was able to get because I asked. 1, that's the first thing. And then 2, people love you, all right? I said earlier, for most of my time with these shows, I said when people love you, they show up for you. And that was true for 10 years. Now, the 11th year of my show, Do Knowledge Radio, people, when they love you, they move in with you. Understand what I'm saying? So somebody move in with you, they must have got to love you to some degree. So, we out here working and making it happen all together. All right, so something that Prince was here to do was give you permission to be yourself, whoever self is, not what somebody ascribed to you, not some category or some box or some ideology or some foolishness, something that you chose for yourself because you chose self as savior. So he gave us the priestly robes and the permission, and it said, if I want to be a damn symbol, I'll be a symbol, right? And then he became a symbol. He went from a personage that they sought to control and to enslave to a symbol of liberation. All right? So That was a point of his existence. And then he began to talk about the industry. You begin to talk to the artists about the artists knowing their value and their worth and being in control of their masters, things of that nature. All of those things happen, right? We were there to witness them. If you're not, weren't there to witness them, you can see them on video now, right? AI life path number 8. If you know what that is, you know what that is, okay? Power of material power. The soul is here to master business. I'm going to go right back to that. Achievement, go right back to that. Authority, go right back to that. And responsibility. I know everybody got them Jordans. Do you know that Allen Iverson went from wearing shoes that he was paid to wear to owning shoes that he owns for the rest of his life? He owns those shoes. He's not like those other NBA players that y'all be wearing. They be like, oh, y'all got these blah, da, 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 da. Those are Jordan shoes that players have designed, customized to them. Allen Iverson said, nah, fam, these are my shoes. What size are those? My size. Okay? For my life. My life. So they're like, oh, you didn't get the rings, you didn't get this. It's that master business. What better business model is it? The master. It's yours. It's yours. It's not a lease. It's a life deal. Life. Okay? So business, achievement, authority, and responsibility. All of those things he learned and mastered. And what it meant. What it meant to walk in authority and to walk with responsibility, and what it means when people switch up on you, flip up on you. You understand what I'm saying? He ain't wearing them Jordans, he wearing Iversons. Okay? So, both are old souls that came to earth to make changes, albeit in different ways, by different means. So let me go to the numerics, okay? The numerics over here. You know, Prince's expression was destiny. And looking at both of these systems that they be talking about, they so dope. Let me just get on their props, all right? So when these numerologists be coming telling you about your numerology, and then they share with you these other things that they doing, okay, you understand what they be talking about. So they be trying to bless us. So we got to give them some love. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Dream Dollars and Destiny Podcast. All right, get your life right. Okay. So Prince equals up to a master number 11 in the Pythagorean and a 24/6 in the Chaldean. All right. So master number 11. They got the strengths over here, visionary, spiritual, intuition, upliftment, messenger. Okay. So Prince was out here telling the women he adored them. But he was amused by the muse. So the muse was something that he was able to use. The instruments, the interdimensional, the spiritual, the emotional, the physical beings of people, and adorn them. This is what you're able to do with your message, your story, your path, your aim, your objective, your goal, when you learn how to wield that properly. They tell you in the entrepreneurial world, 2 days is important. The day you were born and the day you know why. Once you know why, you know why. Right? Y'all know one of my movies, I just was talking about it, The Last Dragon. Who is the master? You know? So Leroy was talking about, he was going through all of these challenges trying to find the master, and he didn't look within. He looked every place else but within. So when Vanity told him, you sure look like a master to me, he even missed that. Even though that was the only time, it didn't matter what the circumstances was, he was going to get that woman. Let me tell you something, all right? So when I was listening to Adore in my head, how do you adore? How do you adorn the righteous roles from within you? How? When you know thyself, right? So the challenge is talk about being overwhelmed, oversensitive, nervous, trials, treachery from others, great things to contend with. So for Prince, he had an entire machine against him. An entire machine that he fought to his last breath, privately and publicly, for us to be able to see the wickedness, right? The wickedness that is out here disguised as an opportunity. Okay, so going through that strain, it begins to affect you internally as well. So imagine this is something you wanted to do your whole life, and then when you go to do it, everybody got something to say about what you're doing. Miss Blue told a story earlier about Prince. She said that he was in the interview with a lady, and it was a short elevator ride. Said by the time she got in the elevator with him, he had a white shirt on. By the time they got to the stop at the top of the floor of the elevator ride, the shirt it went from white to bloody red. And he's telling her about an experience where she was trying to get what they would call straight answers out of him. And he told them stories each time of his lived experiences. And she said one of the stories was him and his sister were hungry. So he said they went to McDonald's and they stood outside McDonald's, and he recalled having to have enough confidence in what he was saying to himself and to his sister, that his sister would begin to believe what he said. So they have enough money for the food, so they went out there and they got full off the smell of the food. Full off the smell of the food. You think you're going to be able to trick a man who had to endure this as a child, and not just himself, his younger sister. So these are challenges, right? So she saw him as this supposed to be weirdo, abstract. Nobody knows what he's talking about, whatever this thing is to somebody. She knew she could no longer contend with, and then had to deal with that in this fold out of, I believe Ms. Blue said, Right On Magazine. So Right On Magazine. So imagine who's supposed to be going to see him, and then who they have to go this print by word type of situation from this journalist perspective. So if your own people don't see you, how are the world going to see you? All right, so let me go to Adore real quick. And the ESP stands for Expression, Soul, Urge, Personality. So 7 matches his individual frequency, is spiritual, analytical, a philosophy, or religion to adore. And adore in the Pythagorean is a number 7. All right. Yeah, and I just was all in this, I'm telling you. So 7, then the soul urge is a number 3, wants to spread joy, cheerfulness, optimism, creativity, expression, and expansive. All right. Personally, number 4 presents as a visionary, different, revolutionary, that can reach mass audiences, bringing a necessary change for the betterment of society. All right, so that's what that ESP looked like for Prince. Tell me when I'm lying. All right, so the last thing I'm gonna go over real quick is the answer in the Chaldean 14:5. Well, and then answer is master number 22. All right, so 22 is answer. Okay. And answer strengths are execution, structure, and legacy. And he made those moves early. He suffered what he needed to suffer for to be able to do what he needed to do. Challenges, pressure. Okay, so his entire 14 years of playing basketball at that level, at the highest level, all they remember is y'all talking about practice. All right. So that's a whole nother kind of pressure. Pressure to be what? The answer. Rigid, overwhelmed, black magic. Now think about all of those things. That means that somebody had it in for you the entire time. And that would explain some of these challenges that he undergone. So, if your children are listening or you ever had hoop dreams, think about these things. So these are their desires. I would say you would get with these professionals and they'll be able to tell you what these inclinations are and some of the pitfalls, things to watch out so you can prepare them if that's their thing. There's a million jobs in the NBA that ain't got nothing to do with playing basketball. And you can meet all the basketball players and you could play basketball with them. So think about that from that perspective. So we create what we would deem as realistic expectations for our tomorrow people. If they're a lawyer, if they're into sports medicine, if they're reflexologists, if they're whatever the future of this game is going to need. If you're employed over there or you offer yourself from a business perspective, you can be in those places and not be subjected to the physical torment and torture that you put your flesh to that ages you, and still be in the places around those people, creating value. But you'll be a solution or answer and not the problem, right? So last one is number 9, universal humanitarian. The answer equals 9. Ain't that something? Humanitarian, inspirational, courageous are the strengths, the challenges, short-tempered, savior complex, impatient. Ooh. Sound like a Gemini, right? Sounds like a Gemini. All right. So understand these aspects. And the final thing I'll say, because I said a bunch, and I just wanted to shout out Queen B. I hope I ain't botch up her notes because she did show me this love. And it's just proof on this path of mastery, and this path of knowing self. You have to know self from all of these aspects. So the goal here, and every time I interface with someone on Pronoia at the university, okay, it's for you to look at aspects of yourself and learn lessons about self and turn them into blessings that the people in your world and the world that is connected to your world in the future would benefit from. So, honors and love to everybody who's listening. I just want to make sure we keep on par with the time, because the Starseed mother got stuff to do after this, okay? So when my job over, she got to do something else for somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? So peace and love, honest to you, and honest to the family. Thank you, Starseed mother, ma'am.
Okay. You did a wonderful job, Knowledge. It was a great show. And you don't do me like that. You're going to have people thinking I'm out here at night working. Look at that. It's midnight. What she got to do after that? I got stuff to do. No, I'm joking.
Your damn own business. Okay.
That's right. I work for Divine. So know that everything that I do is divinely guided. Okay. But yes, I enjoyed this. Oh my God. The breakdown was amazing. Yes. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the comments because the Starseeds, they thought it was a great job too. And I need to get my bomb. Come on, you're gonna have to give me a cutesy bomb, but you got to send me a bomb over here so I can Mikey, da. Yes.
That's it.
I, you know, I don't.
Lucky data.
That's right. I mean, listen. Knowledge does. He's knowledge. Like, what did you expect besides just the opening of your heart to feel like you could just? I mean, every time I come here and I hear about like talking about telling our story, and in a way that like you tell everybody else's story in a different way than I've ever heard it. You know, like of course you heard the main story, but it's the underlying current in that person that we get to learn about. And I love that you did it with Betty Shabazz and Malcolm X last week. Like, okay, so guys, I am so confused because he ended last month and he started this month. And I'm going to tell you, it kind of threw me off. I was like, wait a minute, what show are we doing? I was so confused. I'm like, did we just do a show? But I love it because again, you're telling the stories to teach us in a way to tell our own stories, but also in a way that we can relate to other stories. And we have to know that we're not alone. And again, we're starseeds, so we're all spread out. I know all of you guys are somewhere else, somewhere different, and you're not necessarily surrounded by other starseeds. So being able to come here to this platform and get this kind of information, like this information wasn't always readily available for us. We didn't always have a safe space to go to. And we definitely didn't get to learn these things in school about how to tell our story. We learned other people's story and we learned the surface, but that underlying current is what connects us all. And so I think that's really, really beautiful that you bring that out, because again, hearing these stories in a different manner makes them more relatable to our own personal stories. So shout out to you for always being an amazing story alchemist. Yes, it was. Exactly. Thank you, Knowledge.
Can I add one last point?
Yes, it's Moon Day. There we go. What'd you say?
Can I add one last point? Because it was
Absolutely.
the third question. I wanted to end on that because I was in that space right there, right? How do you step fully into your purpose, power, and authenticity? By cultivating. So many of us aren't interested in ourselves. We're interested in conforming to the boxes that people, places, and things have placed on us. So we go to these institutions, we go try to be the best for this person, that person, this person, that person, this person, that person, and all we do is neglect self. So by cultivating what you know about you and then make that a part of the mission to find out who you are. One of the benefits that's supposed to come along with parenting is you're supposed to be prepared for whatever this ancestral gift is coming into the world. You're supposed to be prepared for them. You understand what I'm saying? And they're supposed to prepare you, because once the child is here, everybody in the village that's connected to this child is no longer the same. Everybody gets a promotion.
Yeah.
Everybody's already upgraded. So you go from sister to auntie. You understand? From brother to uncle and all of these things. So now, what is an uncle? What is an auntie? What is a cousin? What are these expectations? So if we aren't discussing these things as a family, then you're like, oh, godparents. Now we got to be looking at godparents. Everybody gets this promotion: mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, father, grandfather, great-grandfather. So why don't we collectively come together and say, okay, this is what I can provide, this is what I can do, this is da-da-da-da-da. So when this child comes, this ancestor return, that's with the grandparents, right? Because they're about to be ancestors themselves. So this relation, the newly coming in and the newly going out, connect with one another. So now we have a parenting plan, a family plan. So everybody's coming together at this baby to shower the baby, right? But also shower the parents and shower everybody who's there, who becomes somebody new. You understand? So when we do this from one perspective, we miss out on the opportunity to celebrate, all totality. So the aunts should be connecting with the new aunts, right? The uncles connecting with the new uncles, the cousins connecting with the new cousins, the brothers connecting with the new brothers. Everybody has a collective responsibility to begin to nurture this new identity that's coming into existence. Again, Another aspect of your story, right? So that last part was purpose, power, and authenticity. If you are empowered internally, you're not looking for external validation. You're looking for external confirmation, or what we call Godformation, because we ain't counting nobody. And the last thing, authenticity. You can get a good example of a bad example. That was authentic. We have to know in the spirit of discernment what authenticity looks like. The walk and the talk become congruent with one another, and you build and establish trust. And if that trust is broken, it is broken by that party alone. You take the responsibility from that and the lesson you learn from that, and you no longer sink into the depths of despair and you have problems with your own decision making. All right. So you don't want to be in a perpetual cycle where you don't trust you anymore because you got with somebody who you extended some grace to. You understand what I'm saying? Because the scripture says, by grace you saved and not by your works, right? So Jesus went up to the mountain, came back down from the mountain, and it looked like he was mad at the disciples. He just was grieved at his heart, like, damn, son, it's really just me out here. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't keep watching. He's talking to them, but he's really talking to himself. You know, you find yourself in these positions, right? In order for you to go to the next level, something in you has to be crucified. Something in you has to be crucified. They say new levels, new devils. Let's say new levels, new gods. Let's start calling on these gods, because these gods are coming into being and shaping you and molding you into somebody new. So they got this assignment for you, then you got to be in alignment too. Okay, because me and God always in alignment. So I'm going to be quiet and remember, what you nurture and you irrigate is what grows in you. And that's up to you to figure out that from a positive or negative perspective. Thank you again, Starseed Mother, God Israel.
Godformation. I love that. Godformation. Because we ain't conning nobody. Because we ain't no cons over here. Everybody over here authentic, including you, Starseeds. I love you so much. I appreciate you, Knowledge Born Allah. Thank you so much for a wonderful, amazing Starseed show. Y'all, you enjoyed the show tonight? I hope so. I hope you got something out of it, because I did a lot. It's always a lot when you guys come here, and just, this is why we have the Starseeds. Again, you guys tap in to each show. There is like a slice of different. You ever been to Cheesecake Factory and you see all the different slices and you want all of them, but then there's this one that got all the different slices in it? That's Pronoia Starseed Podcast. You can get the cheesecake with the strawberries. You can get the turtle. You can get the Oreo. You can get any kind you like. Just hit that notification bell so you know when your kind is on. And all of them, you can eat them all if you like. You can stick the fork right in the middle and just, you know, eat a little bit of everything. You know, you can get greedy with it. You know, that's the Taurus rising. I'm sorry, I'm a little hungry. So, but I want to say, like, I always love it. I'm sitting here smiling. This is genuine, y'all. This is happiness. You know what brings me happiness? Knowledge and knowledge. Knowledge and knowledge. Yes, absolutely. So, and I get excited to see, you know, I feel like we hear stuff, but then we let it soak in. So now this is the soak in period, Starseeds. It's 12:07. I want you guys to have a good evening, good morning, or whatever, a great day, a great AM, because who knows, you know, what determines the next day. Okay. But we are now at the 12 o'clock hour, and I want you to enjoy the rest of this week. And know that, like, your story is important, and everything that happens throughout this time is happening for you and not to you, because this is your story. You have to remain the main character. Okay. Don't give your power away. Know that this is your story. So if things are happening around you, they are always happening for you. You know, the whole point is for you to win at the end. So as long as you keep that in mind, you'll know that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, because that's what Pronoia means. And we're going to go out with the reel for today, the Prince and Allen Iverson honorary memorabilia reel. And I couldn't play none of that music over here, so we ain't trying to get cut off at the end of the show. So enjoy the reel. Enjoy your evening, Starseeds. Thank you again, Knowledge Born Allah. I really appreciate you. Oh, let me tell you guys, tomorrow, Smart Video Girl is in the building. That's right. So we back. June, we back in full effect. Let me get at the calendar. Hold on. Can't go out without telling you guys about the calendar. All right. So on the 10th, Human Design is back. That's right. Claudia is in the building on the 10th. Then on the 13th, Mr. Westbrooks is in the building. That's right. Pretty Nikki's in the building. Holla. Okay. So then on the 18th, guess what? We get a double dose of Human Design. So Claudia, she's back on the 18th. Then on the 19th, Juneteenth, King Adonis is in the building. That's right, King Adonis. So make sure you hit that notification bell. And then on the 24th, Mahatma Starseed will be in the building. Yes, Mahatma will be. Yes, she was on the predetermined. You now know the date. I will put it out, of course, the real when it's closer to that time, but she'll be here on the 24th. And we'll be ending out the month with Pronoia Poetry, y'all. Give me a few snaps for that. All right. 2 snaps in the circle. Okay. Hey. Yes, Pronoia Poetry will be in full effect on the 27th. So if you are a poet, if you know a poet, if you wrote some dope poetry and it was, I don't care if it's roses are red, violets are blue. I love Divine and Divine loves me too. There you go. There's a poem. If you want to share your art here on Pronoia Starseed Podcast, hit me up in the DMs on Instagram, or you can email me at foxyroxy81@gmail. You know, Foxy Roxy is FOXXIROXXI81@gmail. So if you are interested, send me a message. This is going to be an ongoing series, Pronoia Poetry. So the premiere is the 27th. If you want to get in for the premiere, I need to know by no later than the 20th. We are shutting down the roster on the 20th for the 27th show. So we can, I got to always put on a dope ass reel. So yeah, you going to be on there? Okay, Knowledge. Starseeds, come on. I would love, and you know what? Starseeds, who I've never even met before. Yes, I would love to see your faces. It's so funny because some of the people that is close to me that probably support me the hardest, the most I've seen of them is a square this big. But I feel your energy way bigger. It's the Allen Iverson effect. You might be small, but your energy is large, Starseeds. I promise you. You may not be here physically, but I can feel you energetically. So shout out to you for always, again, coming through. Those are the shows for this month. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Pronoia means the universe is always conspiring in your favor, no matter what. We're going to go out with another song because I don't have the other one round up. The Prince will come. You guys sit back, enjoy the music unless you got to go to work. See you later. 12:12 is the time. Peace, Starseeds.
Look, a lot of people want people to stop playing with them, but to be honest, you first gotta stop playing with yourself. And you gotta see yourself as a gift to this world. You gotta know that you know that you know that with every fiber of your being, that you that nigga and that bitch. That you the shit even when your shit stank, and that you big even when you try to shrink. You gotta know you're monumental, colossal. You gotta know you got big energy.
Hey, what I look like playing small as big as I am. They say I think I'm that nigga, that's cause I really am. Man, stop playing with me, had to say that to myself. My biggest win was remember who the fuck I am. And that's on God, that's on mama and my ancestors. Every fall was just teaching me how to stand better. Now I'ma stand for my better self. Therapy inside my music, feeling like some better help. Now I walk around, never let the crown tilt though. Say we living in the last days, baby, this is what I've been built for. I'm the one that y'all sent for. God heard y'all cries, then she hit my line, okay, 10-4. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I got so much on my plate though. Hungry for my best, so I won't let it go to waste though. Beefing with with my past, that shit is cooked just like my steaks though. Well done, that's what God said. Couldn't tell you where to find the L from, it's not an option. Woke up to the version of myself I love the most. These birds want my bread, so I let them watch me toast. Cheers to the joy that just took over my body. I just made 100 racks off what people call a hobby. That's that God body elevation. Watch my levitation. They don't understand the growth, they rather credit Satan. I'm just saying I got magic in my bones, royalty inside my DNA. The world is just my throne. Fuck a demon time, God time is better. If they can't read the room, then I'll probably write a letter. Dear whoever, you were made from the dirt that has magic. If there's no space for you, then let them have it. You were made for greatness. Your energy ain't made for all these faces. Why you think I'm on this track spitting harder than some braces? Remember who you are and never change it. You're a living God, so just learn to embrace it. Yeah.
We gotta celebrate the people in our lives, cause you know this world, they quick to broadcast your failures and slow to sing your praises, you know? Yeah, I want you to know that I see you, I want you to know that I'm proud. I know you too humble to flex, I want you to know you allowed. Yeah, I ain't being quiet about it, I want you to know it out loud. Just want you to know it, just want you to know it, yeah. I know when you started, your road was the hardest, you got it up out of the mud. Some people get down and they just end up drowning, you made it up out of the flood. You counted your blessings and saw your losses as lessons, you knew what it was. I know sometimes it feel like it don't matter, but I'm here to tell you it does. Want you to know that it ain't nothing small to flourish through all of your flaws. I know that daily you be overcoming and don't get a round of applause. No, it was mornings you ain't wanna get up and you had to silence alarms. Just want you to know it, just want you to know it, yeah. Trust me, I know it ain't easy. Running your race like a relay. Just tryna find out how far you really can go. Yeah, putting in work like a briefcase. Every weekend, every weekday. See you, my dog, I'm proud. I want you to know. I want you to know that I see you. I want you to know that I'm proud. I know you too humble to flex. I want you to know you allowed. Yeah, I ain't being quiet about it. I want you to know it out loud. Yeah, just want you to know it. Yeah, just want you to know it. Yeah. Just want you to know that I know it was many nights that you cried, yeah. Just want you to know you a dog for coming out the other side, yeah. I want you to know it in public, I'm with you, I'm not gonna hide, yeah. Just want you to know it, just want you to know it, yeah. Want you to know that I peak everything you been doing. Yeah, you came from the dirt, generations being cursed, but you ain't laying in the ruins. Staying 10 toes down, fighting for a better life. Showing thanks, never gripes, praying on it every night. Staying out of all the hype, you kept it pure through everything you endured. You focused on making a way, watching you win through everything. In the end, it's fire. I just wanna say, gotta praise you for leveling up. Rep it all, cause progression is tough. Here to celebrate you, we the same. The one's favorite ain't never been us. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know it ain't easy. Running your race like a relay. Just tryna find out how far you really can go. Yeah, putting in work like a briefcase. Every weekend, every weekday. See you, my dog, I'm proud. I want you to know. I want you to know that I see you. I want you to know that I'm proud. I know you too humble to flex. I want you to know you allowed. Yeah, I ain't being quiet about it. I want you to know it out loud. Yeah, just want you to know it. Yeah, just want you to know it. Yeah, just want you to know that I know.
Sacrificing sleep for my dreams. Sailing across the atlas, this shit deeper than some streams. Everything ain't what it seems, and I'm reading in between, translating frequencies from ethereal beings. I can walk through the streets and remain unseen. My protection on the beam, my direction, 7 seas. Cinematic tendencies, currencies, infinite. On some classic type shit, so consistent with the hits. Cosmic message on the lips, clearly heaven never miss. Crucial metamorphosis, I swear I died 1,000 1,000 times. But still I rise by the power of Most High. I heard legends never die, but we bound to the ground. That motherfucker heavy than 1,000 evil eyes. Getting stronger with my boundaries, cause my spirit is the prize. And my soul is as vibrant as the moon on summer nights. And my mind is a dive into all that's divine. Sacred scribe, watching Gemini rise. When I was born, I loved my mama womb so much that I was trying to hold on. I had problems with the breath, cause my spirit never left. I survived 1,000,000 threats, projections aimed at my neck, death sentence to my success, abuse of my innocence, transmuting the bullshit, speak life on my lineage, protecting women and kids, raising respectful men, honoring the land, keeping the sacred, infusing the planet with healing and presence, wisdom of ancients, pumping through my veins, scream my ancestors' names, we ain't here to play, coming for every fucking thing you ripped from my kin and them, multiply that shit by 10, can't quantify my existence. I am an uncompromised transmission in this holographic realm of those addicted to the gram. My heart chakra bleeds for those in need of connection. You magnetize all your blessings when you lead with intention, and you lean into forgiveness, and you see all you've been given, and you amplify your mission with compassion for your lessons, giving grace to your versions that's in need of the healing, saving space for potential cause your growth has no ceilings. And now I'm building you up cause you are my reflection. I feel collective fear and pain, and I can't answer all those questions, but we all know the problem, and we cry for solutions. We done watch all our legends up and die for the truth. Strange fruit, tongue-tied for our lives by the noose. I will no longer be silenced, but those who deny our truth, fulfilling the prophecy, feeling the potency of a black woman near her prime. What a joy it is to see. Every win for my sis is a W for me. Reflecting my inner light, is it W or me? No double cup, just tea. Pour libations up for me. When I bounce out this bitch at the altar, sing my name. Leave me raspberry leaf. Fill my cup up for me. Play my voice over the seas. Lava for eternity. Lava is eternity.
Shimim Hotep, Shimim Ra, Ashe. Uncle Jobs and Abe Synapti, Ashe. We give thanks for the verbal elixir and divine frequency of Lava God. Just know if you're hearing my voice, you are the new deity. You are the Neteru. You are the Orisha. You are the Vedic. You are the Mayan, Aztec. You are the Akan, the Dogon. All that is God is in you. So we lack nothing. Give thanks.
Learn to cloud surf while never leaving Earth. 10 toes firmly planted in the dirt for what it's worth. See my life flash before my eyes a couple times. So I'd be lying if I said I don't believe in the divine. For reasons we can't find, the truth will probably blow our minds. This energy in the universe send chills down your spine. Had a talk with a goddess about human design. Pull my code to how I need to get my chakras aligned. Gotta break some bad habits, it's addition by subtraction. Move away from bad actors, trying to leech off your action. It's the laws of attraction, gotta see it before it happens. Gotta believe it with a passion, then receive this beautiful madness. Find a pattern in the chaos, their assessment was way off. You build it from the ground up, you own it, so ain't no layoffs. Your energy is equity, cashing on your day off. Hope to reach a couple souls, it's all a part of the payoff.